Man. 2 weeks in a row. I feel like dude, you're like, since you and I have been friends, you're the one that's cool as a cucumber. And I feel like I'm losing that. Like you're out there, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, everything just
I'm
seems
out there. What
everything.
does that mean?
It just seems like everything seems to be an issue with you now.
All right, like what?
Well, tonight when we were setting the show up, I felt like you were nervous, like nervous energy.
No, I was like exhausted.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much you want to get into this, but
when you're exhausted, you got to kind of, I don't know, you just work at that pace.
Yeah. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoy when you and I have a task to complete with each other because we work at the same, right? Yeah. We understand what it takes to get something done, and we will work at that pace. You know what else I like is when we can both read each other and know when it's the other one's time to take over and step back. So that's good. It just seemed like, I don't know, it just seemed like it was a little nervy.
You remember when you said that we quit doing wine and cheese at the studio because it wasn't fun?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I like setting up for the show.
Yeah.
And I like doing the show. But it's fucking difficult to set up for the show and do the show. So, like, by the time we get to the show, kind of like last week, I don't think that was our best performance.
Oh, it was god-awful.
That was us getting through a show with nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we were more concerned of getting everything to work, and it's two different mindsets. Like, I do understand is when people go, hey, it's hard to be a producer, director, and actor. Like, that's difficult.
Yeah,
so, I guess that's what it is. I just wanted to get this shit set up and looking halfway decent, but it's not. With what we could do, we can't still get it to be what it was, so it feels like you're going backwards, so you're trying to compensate for shit.
Yeah, but that's okay.
And then we do a show, and it's like, do a show? Fuck, we just did a show. Just when the camera's on.
You wish.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
We wish. Why are you uncomfortable?
I don't know why.
You asked for a chair. We got you a chair. Sit in the fucking chair. Like, you know what I mean? You wanted a chair.
I know.
You worried about, you got last.
I like the color.
Wait, so we got last week's show up there? Is that what we got going on?
It's a feedback loop.
It's
You know, it's fucked up. Everybody else is sitting at home staring at a screen, and we got one behind us.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have
There's screens everywhere.
You have last week's show playing on it.
Definitely have more screens, or at least more screens we can see, because we got a screen here in front of us where you are.
Yeah.
Where we can monitor the stream.
I look
and then they got this so that I can look up shit because Cheese don't do research. And then we got the other screen for you to see.
I don't need to do research. Man, I'm looking at the show. I look whiter than ever. Whew.
Which show?
The one that we're doing right this second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look white?
Look at this. Look how white I look. Or is that okay? Do I look okay? You know what? I don't give a fuck how I look.
Really
You're
white.
the one making me worry
about
how
I look. You
I
got like a pinkish tint, and then you wear pink all the time. It's kind of like Pickle's got that green tint because he wears green so much that the dye like seeps into him.
Yeah.
You're a little pink. You're like a flamingo or a shrimp. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm looking at this bullshit.
Where'd I go? Yeah,
I have no idea.
Coming back. That's
when
I got my chair.
I think you're gonna come back.
That's when I got my chair.
Back. Yeah, right. So we're
awesome.
back.
That was a good moment.
We're back. We're back with season 2 or episode 2 of the first season or whatever it is. Juan and Cheese, thank you very much. We have no intro. We have nothing. We're just 2 microphones and
2 guys' lives.
You want to know why last week? You want to know what? You want to know what? That's great. 2 guys' lives live, and they're deteriorating around amongst us. Because
I'm sure people that watch your show are real upset about that.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Fucking heartbroken. Man. They hate to see bad things happen to us.
Man, I can't tell you how much people enjoy seeing me in pain. They do. They talk about it on Facebook. They don't care. But I feel like they like you. I feel like you play up the fact that they don't like you just so, you know.
They feel like they don't want to do what I tell them. I'm not going to not like him because that's what he wants.
Right?
You know? That's how much they don't like
right?
me. Fuck
but we're good. Now, I will say, last week was the first time, you know, And I don't want to get too much on the microphone because it'll be a disaster again. Like
you were
last
really
week because-
yelling into that thing. You were excited.
I mean, let's just be honest. You were in charge of the audio. So it
Right.
was a disaster because of the way you set it up. And you
Yeah,
were just
set
like,
it up
yeah.
for a normal person to talk into a microphone, then you start yelling into the fucking thing. It's like, hey, I only got a couple of seconds.
No,
Yeah.
I have a very, you notice, I have like a Robert Goulet voice. I have a very,
Ain't shit changed this week except the way you're talking into the mic, so we'll see.
well, no, you're right. I'm changing.
You were
the way
yelling into it, man. I set the setting. I can't reach the knob from where I'm at. I set it. I take the headphones off, and then you like go fucking wow.
Yeah.
You do that. When you don't have anything, you get like, you're going to go over the top with it.
Did you like doing the show last week?
No.
Really?
I don't like anything right now. I hate everything.
All right. Well, then let's just jump right into
Sorry.
this. So today, I texted you, and I was like, man, is there any way you can do the show tomorrow?
Yeah,
I didn't have anything pressing. I was just behind on some things, and obviously everybody can see that I got my hair cut today. We're back to having
very
the best,
important things.
well, we're back to having the
I
best.
kind of
hair.
like the headband. Look at that.
Yeah, we're back to having the best hair on the internet. I wish you would have showed yours, but and I hit
keep
you
it
up and I
under
said,
wraps.
is there any way you could do it tomorrow? And then the answer was
Absolutely not.
no, can do.
Yeah.
So me being who I am, I said, who's looking for you? Why? Who are you to have something that you can't get out of?
Can't do this show.
You know, like who like what do you have that's so? Because so now we want to know what's going on tomorrow night that is so important that you couldn't do wine and cheese.
Anything else?
Oh, really? Yeah. So that's what it is, right? And that's what I figured. But you know me, I just jumped as soon as you said, no, I can't do it tomorrow. I just jump up and do whatever it is that you say you want to do. So the one thing
Zartone will make you jump.
Yeah.
Jump.
The one thing that I did get was that you texted me, quote, and I have it written down, I'm living in a world of shit.
Yeah.
That is what you sent.
I'm a miserable bastard right now.
So, fill us in.
We've been talking about it for a while. It's
Yeah,
just
no,
man,
well,
it's
we
the
talk
typical...
about it off the. We talk about it off the mic.
I'm at that point. I can't take it anymore. I don't know. I'm not.
And
I'm waking up and feeling like I have an 8-hour prison sentence.
It's work. Works was doing it.
Oh
to
yeah,
you.
it's bad. It's drained me. And it's like I get off, and even Allie's like, "Go have fun. Set up, do wine and cheese. You like doing the show, and we got this coming up and that coming up. You know, things to look forward to." And she's trying.
Yeah.
And it's taken everything out of me. And it's like, man, I want to be creative. I want to do things, but to like compensate for my misery in the prison. But the prison is taking all my energy. Like I can't. I don't know. It sucks, man.
So what are we gonna do about this?
Nothing.
You're just gonna keep getting up every day.
That's what I do, man. Whatever I did to deserve this prison, it was my fault. I'm not one of those people who think, it's some grand conspiracy of why I am where I am. I know it was me who led me here. It's my fault. I got nobody really to blame, and I really can't get out of it, or at least I think that's what's taking all my mental abilities right now is trying to, continue to do the things I have to do, and, in that prison, and try to figure a way out of it. So there's like no time for creative thought to enter into my head, and then I start getting depressed because... And it sounds stupid. Like, it really does. Like a grown man talking about being depressed. And then people will go, I'll tell them something to be depressed about. And they tell you about their miserable fucking situation they're in. But their miserable situation is irrelevant to mine.
Anybody...
Like, you created that mess. You fix it. And if you can, that's your fucking bad.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, that's where I am. I can't fix my situation. I know why I'm in it. I led me here. And I'm a fucking horrible driver when it comes to my own life. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. So I'm fucked.
Yeah. I'll let you know this. Whoever's out there who thinks that sharing how miserable their shit is with someone who's not happy, it don't work.
No,
it don't
it's
work
just
like that.
dumb.
Yeah, it don't.
Oh, and they quick to do it too.
Oh, yeah.
Like you got the people every time. Like you go,
well, my
I just
cousin
need to tell
was in an
somebody how
accident.
shitty this is, and they got the one-up story. It's like there's not time for your one-up fucking story. All right,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. Let me fucking bitch. Or you know what? Tell me you don't want to hear it. I'm okay with that too. I can be quiet. That's fine. I'm not one of the people who think I'm going to tell somebody my problems and they're going to fix them. Like, I understand they're not. But if somebody asks and you want to give them a reason for maybe why you are being the way you are, like, hey, look, these 4 things happened. That's why I might be less talkative or I don't seem cheerful around you. I'm not trying to fuck your day up. I'm just letting you know some shit happened that, and that's why I'm in the state that I am.
It does sound that like
I'm cracking though.
it does, and I'm with you. Like I've been there, and I feel like we're in the same boat. So misery loves company. Please stay a minute, as Eminem said. But one thing that does sound good, it does sound like you have a supportive lady friend. It does sound like she is willing to go through the shit with you. So that's got to be good. That's got to be good news, right? Because that's what everybody would like. They would like a partner in misery and a cheerleader, and it sounds like she's doing that for you. It sounds like, am I right? It sounds like she's supporting you and trying to get you out the funk.
Yeah, it's easy to be with somebody when times are great and everything's constantly improving and getting better. But man, when shit's struggling,
that's when you really know. Because it made me a little nervous. Like when you first walked in tonight, and I don't mind. Like we talk a lot of things off the air, but when you came in tonight, you were different, and I was a little worried. And you were like, "I'm living in a world of shit," and I was hesitant to ask if it was the relationship, right? Because you don't want to hear that. Like, I don't care how good the podcast we want it to be. I'm not looking to hear, yeah, that part is going to shit too. But it sounds like it's outside of that. So maybe you can focus on that. Maybe, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to answer your questions, but I mean, at the very least.
You go to a shrink and not be one.
Why is that? Because that shit don't work?
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit right now.
Okay, well, you know what you do.
I know how fucking lucky I am.
You want to know, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, so you do, you got somebody on your side, and I do, it's like amazing that I've got the perfect thing to talk about tonight with your mood coming in. It really is. Because what I heard this week, because last week we talked about how 12,900 years ago a meteor hit the Earth. We did, right? We talked about that. You remember that?
We did.
With the meteor hitting Earth. Another thing.
This is so fucking cool. I'm cheering up. What? This is working.
Wait, what's cool? Tell me.
Nothing.
No.
Tell me about the numbers. I like it.
No. Tell me
Please,
what's cool.
No. How many years?
No.
12,000?
Tell me what's cool, or I'm not moving on. I'm gonna be like a female. I'm throwing a fit.
All right.
Tell me what is cool. Are you happy that things are starting to work a little better?
It's just something about a video like loop.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's
Look,
one of my favorite things in the world. Look at that.
Oh,
it's
wait.
so fun.
Just
to watch you in different time periods.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And then we can watch this back. I'm like, got me to infinity.
Dude, I've thought about all types of
I'm really giving myself self-worth here.
Hey, please do, because it seems like the only time you're successful is when you're with me.
All right, so
like
tell me
most of the
about
people
this.
in my life.
Hey, you're just a good gauge. If
right.
you're next to you, you instantly boost up 2 points.
You know what I mean? Because everybody looks at me and is like, I don't want to be that dude.
Fucking blinders.
Yeah.
I want my hair to look like Peaky Blinders.
What I heard, if you could take a wild guess, when would you think was the last time that somebody in the United States was put to death by firing squad?
What? I don't know. You sent it to me. I forget.
Right? I even sent it to you and you forgot. So what I'm saying, dude, don't worry about that.
I see a little bit of that still.
Yeah,
right.
we see some shit. Look, there's even a little thing going around.
It needs to go back towards me a little
Just fucking have a conversation for a second with me. All right. So last week.
Fix the show. You fucking with me.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Look. So basically, last week what we talked about was 12,900 years ago, a meteor hitting the Earth.
All right.
And I said that that's kind of how I wanted to go. And I've been telling people all week that I said I wanted to be hit by the meteor, and you want to be picked up by the mist. And everybody thought that was a stupid idea.
Really? They didn't like you getting hit by the meteor?
No, you getting picked up by the mist.
Oh, that's because they're morbid fucks.
Yeah. So on the radio, I heard that people get killed when they're convicted.
What was that you just did a little while ago?
what?
I'm sorry.
This?
Oh, you got indigestion or something?
Oh,
I missed
no,
all that?
I'm just trying to.
Oh, you all right?
Yeah, I took a sip of beer and the wrong end came in there.
Well, watch, it's going to happen on the second one.
No, I already
Here
saw
goes.
it. It's fine.
Look, you could see it multiple times.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Czar,
how many years ago
I'm
was
good with
it?
that. 12,900 years ago. Basically, what I want to ask you is,
Yes.
if you had to take your best guess, like take what I sent you in a text message out of consideration. If you had to guess when the last time in America's history somebody was put to death, like the same way they would be electrocuted, when was the last time someone was put down by firing squad?
12,900 years ago?
Well, guns didn't exist then,
That's convenient.
right? So
12 years ago.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. What did that have to do with the fucking 12,900 years?
Nothing.
Oh.
Absolutely nothing. If
Uh-oh.
you would follow along.
I think something bad happened.
What I'm trying to say is that you're at a very low point in your life.
Hope we're
So I
back.
figured, why not discuss? Last week we discussed how you would want to go out if you had your own choice. Now what I want to know is, if you were convicted of a crime and put on death row, which way would you want to be put down? And the fact that, and I would like you to look this up.
I want
if
the
there's
mist to get me.
What's that?
The mist. I
Well,
want
you
the
fucking
mist to
leave
come
the
get
mist alone.
me. All right.
In Utah in 2010, someone who was on death row was put to death via firing squad. Look that up and let's get some
Why?
details
You
on
just
that.
told me.
Because, I mean, maybe you're not. Are you not catching on like how I want the show to go? Like,
Yeah, I am definitely not going to sit here and look up shit and try to read it. I can't see. If I want to do that kind of work, I'll stay at work.
if you,
Like,
if you,
oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking
is
about.
it? No. Just let
Oh, there it goes. It's
my
gone.
God. I'm
It
gonna
just
fucking-
beeped out. You heard it?
Are we still?
I don't know. I have no clue. What is that screen under the YouTube?
Man, George. I think he fucking.
Is it black?
Yeah.
Wait for this one to go black.
I
I
don't
had
know.
to stop streaming because it looked like it was having trouble downloading. There it goes. Blackout. It's going black. The mist is coming to get me. I'm fu- Oh, God, dude, be careful. Whoa. You
supposed
me.
to feed the
You
motherfucker.
yelling into the mic like you said you weren't.
You said you were gonna feed the
you
fucking
yell- you
thing
do
under
it
the
again.
thing.
Oh, man.
Hey, you
I
know
gotta
what?
do everything.
Okay,
See what happens? I don't do one thing.
No,
it
I'm
doesn't get
positive now. I was thinking about this before. You sabotage us so that
Who,
you can
me
get,
or
you
George?
You sabotage WnC so you can get moments to fucking plug your own show. I'm gonna be fixing the things you
Yeah,
messed up
I
right
was-
now. Please fill for me.
I had a good plug for Not Real Radio on the back screen, which you can no longer see because Cheese now messed with the camera placement. And who knows how this is going to look. Hopefully the settings stay the same. Last week you got a nice close-up of Cheese. He is sporting his new haircut, shaved way up one side. The other side kind of swooshes down, if you can remember.
How did you put this motherfucker in the thing?
And 12,900 years ago, man invented the camera. The battery went dead. Oh, we're back. I like when it kind of
because you were supposed to. You were supposed to. Look. Tell me now that we didn't clearly say you was supposed to run the motherfucking wire under the TV after you plugged it in. Tell me we didn't talk about that.
I think you said
No.
Oh, we're gonna run it
This is a
underneath.
yes or no. I'm not interested in your fucking your mind tricks that you do on Mayday and the rest of the band. Did we or did we not say you were supposed to run the thing under the fucking TV?
All right, I don't know.
Hold on, let me.
Hold on. Crooked than a motherfucker. Oh, here we go. Getting seasick. All right. Well, the one thing that was giving me enjoyment was temporarily taken away. Oh, boy. Starting. Whoa, here we go. Whoa. Right? You got to right
It's
the
weird
ship.
how that looks.
Oh,
huh?
it's all fucked up.
So look, I don't give a. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll talk. So basically, now that you're away from the microphone, I can get this bit going. So I was amazed to find out that in 2010, a guy was put to death via firing squad in the United States.
Really?
Like, we're worried about like monuments and shit coming down. And in the last don't you think 2010 is considered the modern era? Like,
You're saying it's not modern to put somebody to death?
I think the firing squad is pretty unique, and the fact that it happened in 2010.
Weird, huh?
So what I want to talk about, since you're coming in here with a very morbid attitude, I just want to throw out some hypotheticals out there.
All right.
Let's just say that circumstances presented themselves, and you had to commit a crime that you were then convicted of, and you were put on death row, and you had one of many choices on how you would be put down and put to death. You can't live in fantasy land and be picked up by the mist like you did last week. I want to know, how would you like the state to put you down when it was time to go?
Wouldn't this bit work better if I picked how you were put to death? Because think about it. If you committed a crime where it's bad enough to where you got to be put to death, should you really get a choice on how you want it done? Shouldn't it be the
when
court
you don't
decides?
do any work on the show during the week and somebody else does it all? No. I want to know about you.
How would I want myself to be? Oh, lethal injection.
Lethal injection.
Yeah, of course,
Why would
yes.
you? Okay, so you know what? Before we do that, like, I'm trying to think of the ways that it can go. Lethal injection. What's the other way? Gas chamber. Gas
there's
chamber.
a multiple choice?
Yeah. Like, think about all the ways.
I think it's endless.
Well,
like,
that's what
I
I'm
can
saying.
think of a lot of ways
Right?
to
Think
kill
about
people.
all the ways that people have been put down before. Lethal injection, gas, electrocution, firing squad. What other ways? Hung.
Real popular.
Hung was popular. Drowned.
Whoa,
I think it was
Jesus.
set on fire.
Holy cow. Sets it on fire.
I would say in the course of history, all those things have been done.
Yeah, especially
Really-
witches. Like,
really
if you're
think
a witch,
about it. What would your choice be?
a lethal injection.
And why would you want to be killed via lethal injection?
Because it sounds better than the rest of them.
So you think, like, getting all those drugs pumped through your veins and being killed is better than firing squad?
Yes.
What about guillotine?
That's chopping your head off?
Yeah.
Yeah, lethal injection.
From what I understand, and if you would maybe look it up,
No, it's all right.
yeah,
We good.
like, you know
Tell
what?
me, tell me what you think.
I don't even understand why you have the laptop.
That
if
was
you're
your
not gonna-
idea.
No. It
I
was
think
your.
it's cool to put something on the screen going on behind us. I think it's neat. But I don't want to sit here and read. Dude,
I don't need you to.
I got to take off my glasses. I got to sit here, and I'm going to read it, and it's going to be too small, and then I got to move the microphone, and I got to sit here in front of a computer the whole time. I don't want to sit here in front of a computer reading fucking factual information. I don't want to do that. It's miserable. Who the fuck wants to do that? I tell you, some people do. Successful people who are not in the fucking problem I am. If I wanted to sit there and look up shit and read it, look, I might not be in this predicament.
Well, okay. Sorry about this
I think
idea.
they call that school. Like, just tell me what you feel. Like, that's what matters to me. Fuck the facts. You know what? The fact we could go to 4 website, might say 4 different things. Like, we can make up our own reality.
You see, but what I'm trying to get to is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you say lethal injection, and
Yes.
your part of the conversation is over, right?
No, you want me
So
to
we have-
embellish?
Yeah,
I did. I
Yeah,
want
why?
to know why you think somebody should get a choice on how they put to death if they did something bad enough to put to death. It
Why
should
do they
be-
get a last
I
meal?
think the victim should get to decide.
Okay.
Like the victim's family, they decide how
Okay,
they put it.
so
And you know
the-
what? Maybe they even get to do it if they choose to.
Okay, genius. The victim's
I'll
family,
fix things.
the
Yeah.
victim's family that you obviously wronged, what would be your choice that they would choose to put you down?
So I got a couple of minutes to convince them.
Actually, you know what? I think you
I
do.
could do that.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think you
so
do.
I'd get on the stand. I'd go, look, I understand I'm going to be put to death for my crimes. And goddamn, if I took a loved one from you, because I think that's one main reason that you could be put to death is
Right.
murder, right? So I'd say I took something from you and I deserve my punishment and I got caught and this is why I did it. And I would like you to prove to be a better person than me and give me lethal injection because it seems like the most humane and the least amount of suffering. And that would put you on a higher pedestal than me. Because if I was wrong for killing someone, right? We'll say I killed someone. Then what makes you any better for killing me?
Well, it just makes them feel better.
And that's fine.
Right?
So
that's how you would ask for the lethal injection. Now,
Yeah,
how do you
correct.
think that process goes down? I mean, it'd be if we could look it up, but we
What
won't.
process?
We won't. The lethal injection process.
I think they squirt shit into your veins and it stops your heart.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's enough of a party for me. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you could actually be hit by an asteroid, but I don't know if UPS delivers.
Right? Like the asteroid, that's what I was thinking. Like, obviously, I can't be hit by an asteroid because I'd have to wait 12,900 years for that. And then they would really have to line that up right. And who knows if I'm even going to make it then. So let's just go through a few of the okay. So lethal injection is what you're choosing. I think they used to also put people down by gas, right? Like they put you in a room and they'd gas you and you'd fucking suck it in and die,
If
right?
you're Jewish.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm just because
Oh, in general.
You
in
ever been
the
to the
American
dentist?
prison system.
you ever been to the dentist
Yeah, I've been
when
to
they
the
give
dentist,
you
man.
the laughing gas and then you know what?
When I broke my leg, they put that mask on me and they said, just breathe in, count to 60 or something.
Right.
And
when you get to 6, you're fucking
dude,
out.
I remember thinking to myself, well, I don't know if I said it out loud, but it smelled like roses. And that's all I remember, and
Right.
that was it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
But that shit's really bad for you.
yeah, but you're being put
Like
to
some
death.
people
so
have like a reaction to being put under like that.
some
to the
people
gas.
have a reaction to being put to death.
No,
Like, I
to
can
the
understand
gas
that.
for like the dentist or
Yeah, but
surgery.
I think you're missing the point of this entire fucking
man.
conversation.
Not good
is
at this
that-
exercise. What is it? I thought it was to waste some time.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what the whole podcast
Gotcha.
is. But what I'm saying is I think I would prefer to lethal injection. I would prefer to be brought to a dentist's office with the idea that I was going to have my teeth cleaned,
All right.
and then they would give me the gas, and then when you pass out, they just shoot you in the head. Like, I think that's how I'd like to go.
All right.
Right?
Yeah, can I pick a way I think you should be punished if you
Yeah.
did something wrong?
Yeah. What do you think?
I think they ought to put a camera on you in a room with no toilet, no food, and it has a big screen.
Why is there no
a whole
toilet?
wall.
What's the-
whole wall is the camera on you.
All right.
And it's broadcast publicly. You could go and log in and watch you suffer.
Just like this show.
Just
Like right
correct.
fucking now.
It's on this channel, actually, so all the subscribers
We're going to
get to turn
suffer
in.
just as much as we do right now.
And you have to watch it, too. It's, bigger than this screen. I mean, it's a
Okay.
full screen.
All right.
And that's it. You just sit in that room and starve to death full of your own feces that you have
Oh,
left.
God. That
And you get to
sounds terrible.
watch yourself on the screen, and so does everybody else.
That sounds terrible.
It does.
That's not what I want.
It would be big, though. Big time viewership.
Man.
Dude, we could get ratings for
You
this.
think we double
Like,
the-
sponsored by.
Right?
Oh, you know what they do? They cut to a food commercial every once in a while. Like, while you're fucking chewing
feeling
your
a
own.
Snickers?
Yeah.
Feeling hungry?
Dude, I'm not going to look it up, but there's this story of the Russian.
I know you're not
The
going to look
Russian sleep study that they
Yeah.
did. The story's been proven not true. It's just like a bullshit story.
Uh-huh.
But it is fucking incredible. I highly advise people to go listen to it. And you know what? Maybe it is true. Maybe they just say it's not true because people couldn't handle it.
Well, what
But it's
is
an
it
incredible
about?
story.
See, when we don't
It's
look
about
things
the
up-
Russian sleep study.
Okay,
Like, people
which-
should go look it up.
No.
Why?
No, that's not the way a podcast works. You have to come with information. How
They
did the-
have it. They did the whole thing. They tell you the whole story. You can find it on YouTube. You could actually leave this show right now and go listen to that, which is way more interesting.
So what was this Russian sleep study about?
Put it this way. They take some prisoners that they had, prisoners of war, and they do a sleep study. They don't let them sleep. Like, they gave them a certain drug that was going to keep them awake. And they locked them all in a cell together with enough food to survive. And it's about what happens inside that cell that they're in after they haven't slept for X amount of days. It didn't take long, neither.
Yeah.
Really cool story. Whether
So-
it's real or fake, who gives a fuck? It's a great story.
Let's see.
Almost as good as the lizard people running the world.
So this was in the 40s, right? They kept 5 people awake for. You see how much more interesting this gets when we actually know what's going on.
I can imagine. Can't wait to listen back to these
The Russian
details.
researchers
12,900 years ago, the Russians did a sleep study.
In the 40s, they kept 5 people awake for 15 days using an experimental gas-based stimulant, right? Just like we were talking about.
Right.
Maybe they were at the dentist for 15 days and they're like, I'm just getting my teeth worked on.
What's the matter?
That's what they were thinking about. Let's see. It was before closed circuit cameras, so they only had microphones and 5-inch thick glass porthole-sized windows to look at them. They were political prisoners, deemed enemies of the state during World War II. Everything was fine for 5 days. They hardly complained because they told them they'd be freed after 30 days. The general tone of the conference took a darker aspect after the day. Okay, so after day 4, they started talking some shit to
You
each
like
other.
numbers.
Yeah, well, you know.
I understand.
I just like facts. I don't.
Why?
I don't know why.
Like, I always often wondered that. Like, why?
Why I like facts?
Correct. Especially about a story that is 85% probably not even true. So if you memorize all these facts about a factitious story, then you have this information in your head that's
fictitious
not
story.
It doesn't
Not
matter.
well, it does.
That's a fictitious word.
It.
They just make these words up. You do realize that.
So when they first start, but then
Correct.
everybody just agrees that this is what that word
And
means.
people
and
agree on dumb things all the time.
All right. So after 9 days, one of the guys started just screaming and running back and forth the length of the enclosure. The 2 non-screaming captives took books that they had apart, smeared page after page with their own feces, and pasted them calmly over the glass portholes.
That's a 2 and a 9. We get a 1 and a 0. We got 12,900. Numerology,
Holy shit.
boy. It gets intense, huh? It gets worse. Or better, depending on
No, it
what you're
seems
looking
like it got way worse. You know what? Looking at this is not as much fun as I thought.
No.
Right? You kind of got me
It's a
right
lot of
on
facts. They do a really good job on the audio presentation.
Yeah.
You can find a couple of people that have done the story.
that. That's not how I want to go.
All right.
I'm thinking. Here's what I'm
You
thinking.
don't get to choose. You're guilty. Guilty.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if it was my choice, because I'm going to think from the day before to the day of, because, you know, they're going to give me my meal, right? Like, I'm going to get my meal. And I'm pretty sure that my last meal, I think it's going to be like some type of crazy pizza.
What's that mean? Crazy. Like a lot of toppings?
Fuck ton of cheese.
Yeah.
Fucking jalapenos that
Oh,
burn
yeah.
your ass
You don't have
up
to worry
now, but
about
I'm not
that.
worried about that,
Fuck it.
right? Because I'm gonna
Somebody else gotta clean that
right?
up.
When y'all electrocute me and do whatever, all the fucking jalapeno shit's gonna come out. I'm thinking like, and then soda, maybe like a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, God, a whole 2 liter?
Well, I mean, I just want the 2 liter.
Dude, you might just blow
So
up.
I'm thinking a large pizza with triple extra cheese, jalapeno, and pepperoni, and then a bunch of sashimi, like
that?
sushi that doesn't have the rice with it, just the raw fish.
On the
right?
pizza?
No, like separate. Like I want,
okay.
yeah, like my
Oh,
appetizer.
you getting fucking side dishes.
right?
All
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's my last meal.
All right.
And then
Who's paying for all this? No.
you know,
Taxpayers.
all the people who didn't vote for Donald Trump, they're
Yeah.
paying for my last meal. But I'm thinking either guillotine. I mean, obviously my first choice would be hit by an asteroid, but I'm thinking either guillotine or firing squad. Or you know what I really want? I just realized this. This is what I want. I want to be put in a situation where I'm in a large enclosure, like maybe like in Africa, where they bring you on those hunting safaris, and it could be a few square miles, and I want to be able to have a team of SEAL Team 6 chasing me, and they can just kill me however they want, but I get to run away for as long as I can survive. That's how I want to go.
All right, John Rambo.
Well, no, this is not
What?
Rambo. This is
It's
how I
cheese.
want to go. If
Cheese on
Yeah.
the run.
What do you think about that?
All right. Sounds like a cool movie. I'd watch it. The
Well, no, not a
Hunted.
cool movie. I mean, it's just that's
What
what
if they
I think.
dressed up like rats? A SEAL team dressed up like rats, chasing you through like Manhattan.
Like the Ninja Turtles? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh well, if you put me in Manhattan, I'm gonna get away.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
very
These
elusive.
are SEALs, dude.
Very elusive.
You heard about the Osama bin Laden guy? Huh? They caught him. Got him. I saw that movie. That's about as factual as the Russian sleep study.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I think that's how I want to go. I want to be taken by surprise, and if that's not available, guillotine.
Really? That's pretty intense.
Because you know what I'm hoping?
What's that?
I'm hoping that the blade is very sharp,
Right.
and it cuts my whole head off, and then that my head rolls a few feet away, and then it stands up, and I get to look back
At
at
your
my
own
body
body?
and the
Really?
blood squirt and all. Yeah, why not?
Be like Quentin Tarantino
Yeah,
movie.
right.
I'm very low.
I think
Am
you
I too
probably-
low?
I don't. I mean, I'm not happy with anything you're doing tonight. So
Come on,
yeah,
man.
right. Like there's
I'm doing a
nothing-
great job.
There's nothing you're doing tonight that's making me excited.
hung all the
because
fabric.
I'm the one over here getting my head cut off
Where at?
in the guillotine.
Man, that's what you wanted. Fucking try to enjoy it.
What do
You
you
enjoyed
think?
your pizza, didn't you?
Like,
Thought
what
you
do
were
you
just gonna
think?
get pizza and sashimi and not have to get the guillotine?
Like, what do you guillotine?
Whatever.
What do you? I'm just trying to be
I
helpful.
don't care.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter to me. Another made up word.
You know what? We're on the 3rd floor. You could just jump right off if you
Oh
want.
God, yeah.
I promise you're not making it to the pool. You can fucking jump right off
Told
the
you.
fucking
Prefer
thing.
lethal injection.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at. Like, I want either guillotine or fire. I want something spectacular. I want something,
I'm
you know.
surprised.
I want somebody. I want a little pomp and circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, I want some music playing. I want Metallica there. You know, playing battery. Like, that's what I want when they put me to jail for that crime I committed.
Only thing now is to figure out what you want to do wrong.
Yeah, right now. I mean, as long as I can have the
Figured out
ending-
the hard part.
Yeah, I don't want to murder anybody.
Oh.
I don't want to murder. How else could I get put on death row without murdering anybody? But not like, man, it feels like everything they kill you for is bad. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
think so.
Everything they kill you for is gonna be bad.
Remember Charles Manson said maybe things would have been different if I would have killed more people. Then you've been like a hero. Like if you can convince like enough people to go kill people, then you're like a hero, a war leader.
I don't
general.
believe in that shit.
What's
I don't
that?
believe in that shit. Just because someone convinces you, or allegedly if you you either kill somebody or you don't. There's nobody that can make you do that.
I agree.
Don't get me wrong, I want Charles Manson behind bars. I do.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got a swastika tattooed on his head?
That's good enough reason for some, I guess.
You know what I mean? So here's the other question. Why don't they just put this dude down? They
Who?
know they're never letting him out. Charles Manson.
I don't know. I guess he didn't do nothing that bad.
You think they get like... you
What?
think they get double pay for like watching him or something? And that's
Wait, what?
why...
That's another thing people ought to go look up. Man, the interviews with Charles Manson are incredible. Like, there's some really good interviews. And as nutty as he is, I mean, yeah, if you take 50% of what he says, he's a goddamn genius. You take the other 50, and some people would say he's insane. But some of the things he says is very, at least, entertaining. Like, he makes good points, too. Like, at one point, he says, y'all are all here for me. This is the Charles Manson show. I got people wake up and come to get paid to, like, babysit me and fix my food and make sure I don't escape and do all this. He's like, it's all about me. It's the show, you know?
You're a lot
And
like
he'd
him.
become an icon. Like, they sell T-shirts with the guy's face on. And he goes, you needed me for the... when they're trying to convert people away. I'll give you a good example. Some guy, he looked like a lesbian. He kind of looked a lot like you. He posted a picture about poo being in a beard, right? And something about
Poo
I seen
beard?
hipster, and you had poo in your beard, and he put it on Freelo's Facebook page, right?
And that's where it ended.
And
Because nothing exciting.
well,
happens
to me,
there.
it's the whole you kind of label somebody they're a hipster. You don't have a beard for whatever reason, probably because he was he was originally a woman, and he decided he wanted to be a guy, and he could pull off everything: the haircut, the clothes, the khaki
But
shorts,
he
and the
couldn't
flip
get
flop.
he couldn't get the beer.
Right, that got real expensive. Like it's a lot of medication. But and the whole point of bringing that up is that they want to demonize things that they're not, and they needed to convince people that being a hippie was not cool and not good. Like there's a, they go about it, and I remember in this movie Branded. I know I'm jumping way far, but it's gonna come back.
Good? Yeah.
There's this movie Branded, and it's about how all the hamburger restaurants, the chains, aren't selling hamburgers anymore. People are opting for a healthier choice of diet. So they all get together, and they got this marketing genius that comes in. He's well known for helping products and businesses along. And he comes in and he tells them, people are choosing not to eat your product, not because they're not good and not because they don't want hamburgers. It's because they're choosing to be healthy. What we need to do, instead of we got to show them that being fat and being out of shape and eating bad is actually cool.
Is awesome.
That's what you want to be. That's
Yeah.
what you should look up to and live up
Yeah.
to. Like a long time ago, being overweight, like they say, look at these women. This is what beauty used to look like. And it's like, yeah, because that's how only the rich women looked. Fat.
Yeah.
They were big, fat, pale, rich women who they put these things on and they tied them up with strings. And,
Unshaved vaginas,
right.
too.
Well, look, man, if you want to go back to that, why don't you bind your feet, too? Because at one time, that was hot. They don't like them little Chinese women to run around too
Dude, there's
fast.
not-
You
there's
snatch
not-
them up. They're
There's
very
nothing
quick.
higher than a Chinese woman who can't
Yeah.
walk.
With their natural feet, you seen them crouching tiger.
Oh, yeah.
They can do amazing things, Chinese
Very
women.
disgusting
But yet
with
you bind their little feet and they can't run away fast. They in them weird shoes, they tap it along, their feet hurt, they can't get away. And very easily to contain. But anyway, they demonized
Like
things.
misery.
Charles Manson was demonized to show the negative and the bad things of the hippie movement. He was a commercial for people to be materialistic once again, to be more worried about experiencing things through screens and other people than yourself. Like in the booming 50s when the car industry was booming, people were very commercialized. They were watching commercials and wanting to buy the car that you should buy and have these things. And the hippie movement, if you really go into it and research, it wasn't about being a communist. It was about trying to return to spirituality and find a deeper meaning in life than commercialism. And they took somebody like Charles Manson, they demonized him. They made you go buy shirts like it's a Che Guerrero shirt, to where you're going to buy from a corporation or an entrepreneur or a capitalist system, a T-shirt with somebody who was totally against that. If it was up to him, everybody would just wear, brown shirts or something. I don't know.
Is that why you want the lethal injection?
No. I just think it's the closest thing to mist.
Right? It's the closest thing to the mist. Well, all right. Well, I want to keep thinking about this, and I'd like all of our viewers to give us some input on how they'd like to be put down, and then maybe one day we could do a contest on the podcast and actually put somebody down.
It could be a win-win thing.
Yeah.
They ask to be put down, so you're not killing them viciously, and then you put them down, and then you get put down in return.
Man, I didn't expect to talk about this, but it's like, what do you think about people who want to be killed? Do you think they should be all right to do that?
Oh, like Dr. Kevorkian
Yeah,
thing? Like
exactly like
oh,
that.
yeah. God.
You're all right with that?
Yeah. I mean, goddamn, you don't get to make very many choices in your life. That's one thing I have to think about.
You think when it's over, you should be able to?
Goddamn, that's the only real choice you ever get.
Yeah, but
if you decide to exercise it.
What about? I mean, you can go get a hamburger or something. That's a choice.
All right. Yeah, you can go that route. But I mean,
you know
it's
what I mean?
your choice.
It's interesting. They still do that.
The assisted suicide thing, I think, is only illegal because it gets very complicated with paperwork and
You're
shit
right.
like
That's
that.
probably why. 'Cause people
And
don't wanna do
lawsuits and
paperwork.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets a sticky situation. It's like self-driving cars. It gets in a wreck and there's like 15 people that need to be sued and everything. It's like, I think if you did, I don't know if assisted suicide should be legal or okay, just because. Like,
How many?
I mean, Dr. Kevorkian made videotapes. They signed papers like they did, and he still got shit about it. So maybe if you're ready for that to happen, unless you're completely crippled and can't move, like if you're Stephen Hawkins, yeah, you might need some help. But I think Helen Keller could have even figured out how to off herself if she wanted.
How many less wrecks do you think there would be if every time you got in a car wreck, they'd put you down? Man, I bet you people would drive way safer, right?
I would probably just not drive.
Just in case.
Oh, yeah, God. I mean, just shit happens.
If you get in a little fender bender, they putting you down.
Yeah, shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
It's
You're
like
like,
when a
oh.
horse breaks his foot.
Yeah. Like, oh, jeez.
We're putting you down. So, look, here's the next thing I wanted to talk about.
What's up?
You go grocery shopping once a week?
Yes.
Every week, once a week, you go grocery shopping.
You're correct.
So how much, you know what? We don't have to talk dollars, but like.
About 160.
Okay, so about $160 a week is what you're saying you're buying groceries?
I mean, you got your weeks. That's an average, maybe.
Really?
Maybe a little bit high for an
Damn.
average. Maybe 120, 140 as an
Right,
average.
so every time you go, because you can't go to the motherfucker without spending $100. Like that,
No.
that just
I
happens.
don't really even try.
Of all of that, so you're in the $600-700 range a month. How much of that you think you throw away?
To eat, not too much. We're pretty good. Now, there is those times, mostly vegetables and lettuce. Like, God damn it, man. That's one thing. I don't know what it is. They need to find something to inject them with or cross-breed them with a flounder or something. They need to do something because usually I buy the lettuce and it already seems bad. It's like, damn, it's like you don't get enough life out of it. And I don't want to have to go to that's a raw produce you throw away because you can't keep going back. And I don't buy a lot of box shit, so.
I tell you what, I live by myself.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is my palace. I'm thinking I'm throwing away 50% of everything I buy.
Really? What are you buying? A lot of meat and shit?
No. I try to, I don't think that the grocery situation is set up for individuals to buy. I think everything you buy is intended in making meals. So
yeah, it's way easier to cook for more people than just yourself.
Dude, and I'm like, today, as I'm cleaning up before you get here, I'm like, oh my God, I'm throwing away half of everything that I bought last
I don't like all that freezing. Oh, you got to cook a bunch and freeze it. I'm like, and then you got to thaw it, and then it's always weird. I'm like, dude, what I used to do, when it was just me, I'd make jambalaya, and I'd make 2 boxes of it. Fuck making 1 box. You're making it. Make 2 boxes of jambalaya. They got a really good brand out there.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. I'll send it to you. No, it's
Zatarans?
a local guy.
Dornax?
It's a local guy.
Subway?
I don't remember the name.
Filibuster?
I might be able to look it
Floppity-flu.
up, but I'm not. We will. We'll get them to sponsor the show next time.
If we could look it up, that'd be
I'm
amazing.
too busy telling you the good story to worry about what the internet says. So I made 2 boxes with the sausage and fucking chicken and sometimes some shrimp. And unfortunately,
jalapenos.
I will eat it. Yeah, you could do that, or you put some fucking hot-ass habanero sauce on it.
Yeah.
That shit's fire.
Yeah.
But I would eat it fucking every day for a week.
Yeah.
But you still got it. Oh, man, get some fucking... I would make chili and fucking get some... Not hot dogs. Hot dogs are for weirdos.
I love hot dogs, though.
Fuck
bro.
hot dogs.
God,
Sausage.
I love hot dogs.
You got to get the smoked sausage.
I love sausage and hot dogs.
Much better with smoked sausage, and made a big thing of chili and eat that for a week. Now, granted, no one around you is really going to care for that, but fuck them.
Have you ever, your significant other, have you ever done a Dutch oven on her?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a Dutch oven is?
No.
It's where you it's where when y'all laying in bed together and then you got a little gas coming and you let it go and then you take the blanket and you pull it over you and her's head and that way you're breathing in everything under the. Have you ever Dutch ovened her?
Hey, when I was a kid,
No.
I'm gonna get to the answer, but I don't want to just give you
Bro,
yes
we're not.
or no.
It's just, we're not snapping each other's heads off here.
Oh,
We're
now
supposed
wait,
to
we stopped doing that now. Fuck, you want to rewind the show and we
We're
can watch
supposed
the
to
beginning?
enjoy this. Yeah. So yeah. go
As a
ahead,
kid,
tell me
I had
about
a
when you were a kid.
Yeah, I had a Dotson. And the little dog would, get a Dotson, man. It fucking gets
They
up
do.
underneath shit. And it gets
They
up
do.
underneath the covers, and I'd be like, all right, that's your ass. And I'd fucking hold that sheet down and fucking gas that little bastard. And it never worked out good with him. And me and that dog, we had some issues. So I spare Allie of that.
Really? You never?
I'm not one of those fart people. There's fart people.
Well,
like you met them before. They fart. They think it's funny. They like the way it smells. You got the people who go ooh and they wave it to their face. There's fart people. I worked for a guy one time. He's a fart guy. I love the shit. I was a great guy, man. It's still appreciative to have that dude in my life to this day. But he was a fart fucking dude. Like fart jokes, farting, like it's fucking great. I'm not one of them that it's a big deal to me. It's just become kind of old hat. Like, all right, sometimes I fart. I don't like to make it an inconvenience for anybody else, including myself. Like, it just don't make sense to me. It's a very, like, primal thing that you deal with, like, you still have to do. Yeah. Man, I'm not ashamed of it. Or, you don't want to go do it in public, but it's an inconvenience. Like, some people have no problem not wearing deodorant, stinking, and just going around people and stinking. That's way weirder than farts. And that's fucking
weirder than farts.
But it's the same principle, though. You just have no concern.
I don't think that's the same principle.
Yeah, it is.
You and your girl being in bed and you giving her a Dutch oven and
that's the equivalent of me fucking being stinky underarm and being in the bed where she got to smell it the whole time.
No, because the Dutch oven would come and go like quickly, and then you'd smell good.
It depends, man. You put a lot of jalapenos on shit, dude. You go a week with eating that chili.
I think they call the game. I think they call the game turtle, right? Because what you do is because what you do is you fart under the bedspread, and then you pull it over to both of your heads, and the first one who stick their heads out is the turtle. So that's the way the game comes from. You don't want to be the turtle because you lose, because you're like, oh, you give it up. You know.
Then you're sleeping alone. Do you practice?
No, I don't do this. I've never done this.
Oh,
I just,
all right.
I'm not saying I've never farted in bed, everybody, because when you're sleeping, it's just,
hell yeah.
It is what it is. But I've never gone out of my way to Dutch oven anybody. But I was just curious if you Dutch oven.
Yeah, no.
Right? But it feels like it's something you would do to somebody you didn't like, you know?
Yeah, hopefully I wouldn't be in bed with him.
Like if it was like a one-night stand type of deal, and they were one of those weird ones that wanted to like
you're like, I'm going to get rid of this bitch?
Right? Like they were going to stay over. Right? It was like a one-night stand, and they're like, oh, I like you so much, I'm going to, even after we had the unfulfilling coitus, I'm going to stay over. And then you'd like, you know what, I'm going to get rid of you because I had jalapenos. I'm going to fucking Dutch oven you.
God, what if it backfired too? Like it's one of them crazy bitches that right after you fuck them, nothing you could do is wrong.
Yeah, like
and
they
she's
even
so
like
in
it.
love.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh God, even your farts smell great." And you're like, "Oh God, damn it, this psycho's never gonna leave."
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah, man, that's crazy. It sounds like you've done that before. I think you might be making that up. All right. I don't even know what we were just talking about, but I want to move on to the next thing.
I think Charles Manson. They did a sleep study on Charles Manson. And he went crazy, and they had to use the guillotine on him. Happened 12,900 years ago.
So we started talking last week about the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, you watching?
You were no, I haven't watched any of it, but you were saying that you are like you took part in
excited.
Nostalgia.
Yeah,
nostalgia.
I felt it. I felt nostalgia.
Is it still around?
What?
Like, give me an update on the NBA playoffs.
Oh, yeah, I'm miserable. I'm upset. It all went bad. Did I tell you about that last week about YouTube and trying to watch the games on YouTube off of live feeds?
No, you didn't.
I don't have cable, right? I have cable. I got the antenna.
Nobody has
I got
cable.
The internet. No sane person.
We don't have cable.
Yeah, I spent $160 at the grocery. I'd rather eat decent food. They got a bunch of motherfuckers like eating shit food every night. They eat garbage. I know they're out there. They're out there.
Oh,
they're right behind that screen.
Yeah, most of them are out there.
They eat shit food. Most of it comes out of boxes, and they could fix it real quick so they could sit and watch television when the television companies decide that they're going to watch it.
Hey,
I can't live like
now.
that. Right. Now, live sporting events, I get it. I dig it. I like live sporting events. But there's a pain in the ass to watch live sporting events now. Like, if you don't have cable, it's fucking difficult.
Yeah, you got to go steal it on the internet.
You try to steal it, that's a pain in the ass. I just want to lay in bed. Yeah, it's horrible. There's like plenty of options, and I don't have any good. Now, you could get a free stream of most games off of YouTube. until about 2 minutes left in the game, and then it gets taken off. And it's like there's nothing worse than you watch the whole game. Everybody knows that. Anybody that watch basketball know that if you're a basketball fan, the entire game's pretty fun to watch the game played, especially at a high level. But the last 2 minutes is the game.
That's
like,
it. It is what it is. So give us an update. Who's looking good?
I don't know. I don't get to watch it.
What do you mean?
I don't get to fucking watch it.
You were talking all this shit about nostalgia last week.
Oh, yeah.
Not even...
That's a pain in the ass. I even went and I did go and got a free trial for Sling. And I got to watch a little bit of the game last night.
What game?
Oh, I don't remember which one it was. There's so many of them. I watched a little bit of all of them.
That's our NBA update? Is that you had and you don't remember what you watched?
It doesn't really matter who. The Golden State and Cleveland are going to go all the way, and the rest are just teams to get in their way.
Wait, Golden State and Cleveland are playing right now?
No, not yet, but that's who it's going to be in the end. Everybody else is just kind of trying to get in their way. I watched Atlanta for a little while. That was kind of cool. I like that guy with the gold patch in his head.
Who's
He's
that?
fun to watch. I don't know, Schroeder or something. I don't remember.
Man,
and
you're the worst.
Howard's a fucking man. He had a couple of nice dunks.
Wait, Dwight Howard?
Yeah,
what team does he play
good.
for?
The Atlanta Hawks.
No shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty good team. Fun team to watch.
But
who right now, my jam, bro, my one that I really like right now, my favorite series, is the Bulls Celtics. That's
so you
really
do know
fun
what's
to
going
watch.
on.
Not really.
So no. Let's talk about Bulls Celtics because that's old school nostalgia shit. Who's winning that series?
It's tied. That's why it's good.
It's 2-2 or
yeah, I believe it's 2-2. I think they're on right now, or they're not. You know, they're just finishing or just starting. There's so many games, and they come on all weird times throughout the night. So
what should we be looking for here? Who's going to the?
Looking for somebody to take George's job. This looks horrible.
Who's winning the thing? I don't know. They look pretty good.
I think it's going to come down to Golden State and Cleveland.
But what about the team that? Oh wait, Golden State is the team that took all the players, right?
What's that mean?
Like Golden State now has Kevin Durant on it.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what's fucked up is that you would think that would make me watch a game of theirs, and I haven't watched single. Well, because it's like when any dream team is assembled. Like you would think it would make you want to tune in and watch what's going on, and I haven't watched a single game of basketball all season. Yeah. What is it about a basketball that's not getting me anymore?
Do you have cable?
Well, no.
That's my problem.
Yeah, I don't have cable.
Hey, you should try to watch it. It's fun. It's like, that's the game. Can you get the game on? That's the fucking game.
Well, I mean, I'm glad I brought up the NBA thing since you didn't have. I figured you'd have some.
You know what you might want to do too? I think it'll be coming on NBC or ABC, one of the channels.
Tell me what.
Maybe watch the finals when it's LeBron James in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, I'll. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna watch the finals, but I'll get on Facebook and see what people say about it.
That's weird.
So, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Saints, man.
You want to do that?
We're a New Orleans-based podcast, and we just signed Adrian Peterson to the Saints.
Yeah.
I think we're going to win the Super Bowl because of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm down.
I really do.
That'll be fun.
Because you want to know what this is reminding me of? There's a little team called the New England Patriots. And back in the day, on one of their first Super Bowl runs, they signed an aging running back. Do you remember his name? He played for the Bengals.
Corey Dillon?
Corey Dillon.
Really?
Right?
He played for New England?
Yeah, and they won the Super Bowl.
Really?
And he was about the same age as Adrian Peterson is, and he had spent 10 years on the worst team in the league with the Bengals.
Yeah.
And then he was ready to get out of there after a decade, and the Patriots signed him, and they handed him the ball like 500 times that year and won the damn Super Bowl. So I'm thinking, although here's one thing for sure. People suck. They just totally suck because they look for anything to be negative to put on social media. Like,
I did find that kind of odd. There was a lot of negative comments about.
Oh,
how do you
he's going to
find
blow out
something
this and that. It's
and
like,
you know what? They're not paying him like a fortune.
It's $3 million a year. It's like we're getting him for a bargain.
It's kind of shocking to me.
Yeah.
Like, why were they mad about this? You got an incredible run. Dude, last year now granted, it was before he got injured, he was like top 2 or 3, depending on who you ask in fantasy football. That means he's putting up numbers on a shit team.
Exactly.
And it's like, here, you put him on a team who we have, like, the number 1 fantasy football quarterback, and then you put a top 5 running back on the same team.
Changes the game, dude.
And they're like, oh, but he got hurt. Well, so did Drew Brees. That's how he ended up here.
Yeah, they all get hurt.
Yeah.
This dude.
It was weird that to me is the most shocking thing. Yeah, I was excited. I thought, man, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. We so rarely sign this big name player who's already a big name. We might take a risk on somebody with potential.
I feel
and people had negative fucking things to say.
Like, right? How could, like, you sit back and you think, how could these people possibly come up with a negative thing to say about signing a dude like this? And it's like 50-50. Like, half the people are fucking saying, oh, well, he led he almost broke the single season record 2 years ago, but now he's got an injured. It's like,
you know why?
What?
I know why. Because women started watching football. And they just repeat shit, bro. Women are like fucking, a lot of them, especially the football watching, they just like little repeaters. Like Helpful Harry, he's good at it. He'll watch CNN and then or ESPN and recite what he heard to you. No critical thinking. So if a chick gets on there and they see that 2 people said this is bad, 2 people who maybe they're fucking with you, maybe it's like the Russian sleep study. Maybe 12,900 years ago, not a fucking thing happened. But they repeat it.
A meteor hit the Earth, an asteroid.
They want to jump on the bandwagon. These were Saints fans, too. People like the Saints.
Like fucking huge
Why the
Saints
hell did we
fans.
pay next to nothing for a premier running back? Like, guess what? He's worth the fucking risk. You know what? Mark Ingram, that dude, I would be surprised if he's still on the Saints next year.
He's a pile of shit.
Well, you remember last year, Cooks had he wasn't too happy about the amount he was getting the ball. And he was starting to be a bitch about it.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
I have no idea.
He's not a Saint.
He doesn't play for us.
He's going
no
to
more.
New England.
Yeah.
So Mark Ingram, your little fucking temper tantrum you got because you got to share time and you're not getting the ball as much as you want.
Now you're getting it 0.
Well, go fucking play somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm totally with you. Like
Mark Ingram's garbage.
Especially as many times as he put the ball on the ground. Like, get out of here.
Adrian Peterson with 1 leg is better than Mark Ingram.
Dude, how awesome would that be if he literally had 1 leg?
Incredible.
Could you see a dude?
It'd still be good.
I think that would be great, is if the Saints running back had 1 leg
What if
all
he
the
had
way
one
up
of
to
them?
the hip.
Did you see the American Ninja Warrior, some fucking show with a dude, he's a big swole black guy, and like you're watching him do the event, and he's jumping from thing to thing, and then the camera moves and zooms in, and he's got that fucking leg, the one with the little, it comes down, it's got the hook.
The razor,
like
I think they call it the razor.
Yeah,
something
and this
like
dude's
that.
fucking doing some incredible shit with that.
No.
Would that be legal? Like, you got to have both legs to be in the NFL?
Well,
like Tom Dempsey didn't have half a foot, but that he didn't put a prosthetic piece in front of it.
Yeah, you remember the dude that his name is slowly coming back to me, Oscar Pistorius. Is that his name?
I don't know.
He was an if you could look things up.
The pitcher?
If you could look things up, maybe we would look it up, but no, Pistorius was his name, and he was an Olympic champion, and he had the double no legs, and then he shot his girlfriend through
double no legs,
right? And
I heard
he shot his girlfriend, right? What if he was our running back?
What did he do in the Olympics?
He ran fast, like
with
real
fake
fast.
legs.
Yeah,
that's illegal.
Yeah, well, you know what's messed up is that's what people said.
That's true.
They said
it's cybernetics.
So you think since he had no legs from the knees down and he had like the blades on that he shouldn't count?
You're correct. Unless he was racing against other people with that technology. By far, easily.
Wow, I never thought of it that way because that's what people said.
Design. I mean, the way those things are designed is probably designed way better than the human leg.
Feet.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, so you think Adrian Peterson would be better if he had those fake legs from the knee down?
You ever seen a Mexican on stilt doing drywall? You ever seen
Yes.
these? And I'm gonna say Mexican. A lot of them are Honduran.
Some of them are.
They're fucking incredible.
Yeah.
All right, really good. So
Yeah,
what
they
if you
really
even
are.
designed these stilts even better? that help you jump higher and move faster and will adhere to
right
you
about
good
it,
enough.
because when
And
they're
then
on
you
them
go and
stilts,
play in the
it's
NBA.
crazy.
And then you
12-foot
go
ceilings.
Yeah.
12-foot ceilings. They pulling.
And then you go
tape
play in the
joint.
NBA. Like
Yeah.
this dude had modified, not genetically, but whatever, designed legs for running. Like it's not fair.
You think that's why he killed his girlfriend?
Because he knew that he didn't deserve the medals?
Yeah, is that why he did it?
No, he just killed his girlfriend because that bitch didn't do the dishes.
Yeah, and dude, she
Bitch, I'm in here with no legs cooking for you.
Right?
You can't even do the dishes.
Yeah, it is. That's what ends it all, right?
Pop it out. Is somebody in there?
Does your woman do the dishes?
She does.
She
Amazing
does,
job, too.
right?
Very good.
Like, because that's what ended one of my previous relationships.
I don't blame you. That
Not
happens.
just the dishes, but it was just a bunch of stuff.
Anything.
You know.
She didn't do anything.
But I never pulled out a shotgun and shot it through the bathroom.
Well,
Like,
could have got your whole guillotine thing. Guillotine or whatever the shit you call it.
so dude, it seems like we got this thing nailed down now. Like we
Who knows? The sound could be so bad you can't even hear us.
You're right. That'd be great. I'm glad you're in charge of that.
Me too.
Because if it's terrible, you're in charge of it. And that'd be perfect. What else is going on? I mean, we're kind of getting to the end of the night, and
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna leave things set up, and we're good. We'll start adding stuff.
How you gonna live like this though?
I live by myself.
Yeah.
Like, you would be surprised how little
You can.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, I got a nice bedroom and a living room and a kitchen, and I don't know. Like,
All right.
I'm not needy.
Where do you watch TV at though?
On my computer.
In the room?
I
In
don't
the
really
bedroom?
watch TV anymore.
All right.
You know what I do?
What you do?
If I'm gonna watch TV, I have my laptop set up with the YouTube app in the background on a little Bose speaker while I don't watch TV anymore.
Gotcha. All
Like,
right.
these TVs are here so we can make the podcast work, basically.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't really watch that anymore.
Yeah, now you can put your laptop right here maybe and plug into the HDMI and
That's
watch
all
it on
I'm
the
gonna
big
do.
screen.
Is
That's
I'm gonna
it.
sit right here all week,
Yeah.
right? And then when it comes time to do the show, we're gonna do the show.
Holy shit.
So you think you're gonna be all right, man?
No, probably not. I think life will only progressively get worse with brief moments of happiness and joy.
I don't know. It just seems like you're doing all right, and then you come in
good.
here and tell me about the bad times. There's only so long I can listen to the thing about your job, though.
Oh, believe
Like,
me,
you
there's
either
only so
gotta-
long you're going to have to hear about it.
You either gotta you gotta do something or not, and what
There's
about
no making yourself happy with a situation. So
why wouldn't you just quit and go on the dole?
what does that mean? What is the dole?
That means you would quit your job
All right.
and you would find a way to get on government assistance.
All right,
which would
this
include,
is sounding good.
Which would include a rent assistance, food stamps, and an EBT card, and also just a general check every month that came to pay your incidentals.
Do I
Why
have
don't
to
you
fill
just do that?
something out?
Yeah, you got to go do
Oh, really?
paperwork. Yeah, it's a lot of paperwork. But
Yeah,
you got to
you
go
know.
do the paperwork.
Yeah. I don't feel like doing paperwork.
Yeah, but then you could just live for free. You could be
Really?
on-
How much paperwork does it take?
Bro, you know how many people out there are just on the fucking government
yeah,
dole?
I know those. Like, yes.
You know? I know.
Dude, I thought of that before.
I got a couple of
Like, and you never see them, Cheese.
yeah, like I got a couple of buddies that own rental properties, and they did them Section 8,
Yeah.
and they get $1,200 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment, and it comes straight to the government,
God
straight from the
damn.
government in the
I'm paying for a 1-bedroom now, and they're giving away 2s for free.
right.
All I got to do is stop going to work.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Just
fuck, send me the website, bro. I didn't even know this was an option,
I don't
bro.
know. OnTheDole.gov.
Yeah, I feel like looking up something. Thanks for tuning in. Tune
Yeah,
in
right.
next week to
Now
Wine
you're
and
gonna-
Cheese when we look up
now you're gonna
facts
look
on
it
how I don't have to go to work.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do that. That's ridiculous.
what if we just started our own business together?
All right, that's cool.
God, that would suck.
Yeah.
I mean, you got anything else to talk about this week? I mean, I want
I
you to
don't
go
think so.
away. I want you to go away,
All right, no problem.
And then
Thanks
I
for
want you
tuning
to-
in. Tune in next week.
and then I want you to come back, and I want you to be happier. That's my thoughts.
Oh yeah, gotcha, boss.
That's my thoughts.
I'll put that on the list.
Well, I'm not.
That's what I needed. More shit
You
to
see,
do.
you're just getting pissy again. I'm just saying, my thoughts would be that we would do this, and you leave, and you come back next week a happier person, and that would make me happy.
The video feedback loop made me quite happy.
Well, that's it. Then just video feedback yourself all week.
Yeah.
You know.
Have to do that.
All right.
I'll make little Facebook videos. Look at me. Look at my day.
Here I am.
Look at me.
Looping again.
Yep. Want me to sing a song?
Yeah. Well, look. This has been Wine and Cheese. The Czar is on his way out, obviously. Like, can barely hold it together at this point. Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
Nope.
Well, it's really been great.
I want to ask you questions, but I don't really care about anything about you right now.
What?
Hey, Bagnetto, we could talk about that. I don't know how long we're going. It seemed like you were summing the show up. Are we ending the show because you don't have nothing, or the show's over?
No, we got plenty to go. How long we been on?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
It's hard to tell now.
Does it say on there?
No, but I feel like we started an hour ago, huh?
I thought Mark Bagnetto, if you're looking for something to do and the Russian sleep study is boring you and Charles Manson videos, you don't want to watch those because they'll give you nightmares. Not Real Radio, last show, Mark Bagnetto was on. Cheese called in. That was one of my favorite points of the show. I thought you did a good call. That was really funny.
We definitely can talk about.
And you said last week, I think, on this show that you gave Bagnetto the idea to book Corey Feldman, and he said on the show that you absolutely did not. And even if you did, he wouldn't have done it because you told him that would have actually maybe hurt the chances of.
I'm telling you right now that I woke up that morning seeing Corey Feldman and the Angels, and I immediately sent Bagnetto a message from Southport Hall that said, you got to get this dude at Southport.
Yeah, all you got to do is screenshot. It's on Facebook. It don't get deleted. Just screenshot it, post it on an event. You and Mr. Feldman are going to have dinner together. Y'all can have pizza.
You going to go to that show?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think? Like, it's going to be awful, right?
It depends on what your definition of awful is.
Like, it's not going to be good.
Okay, to who?
Everybody.
Oh.
I think people are going to show up to relish in the awfulness.
All right.
That's what I think.
And then they'll like it, right? Because that's what they want.
Yeah.
All right.
I think you're right about that.
Some people don't like it.
Why are you fucking with me?
I'm not. I'm just thinking about it logically. I could look it up, but the computer doesn't know how I feel about this. It will now, and I can reference back to it.
Because I'm going to tell it.
You could say, look up what you said about Corey Feldman's show.
Siri, tell me about the Angels, please. Yeah.
Dude, so I was watching a game on Sling TV on the NBA game, and it said, I think it was a commercial for EA Sports, and then the fucking game came on my Xbox, and I couldn't get back to Sling TV. I'm like, why is the game on? And I was trying to figure out, is this a commercial for the game? No, it was the real fucking game. Like, it must have said something, or we said something, and Allie and I, in something in conversation, the microphone heard it and pulled up the goddamn EA basketball game when I'm trying to watch the goddamn real game. It's pretty fun. Just thought I'd let you know that.
So what's Sling? What is a Sling?
Sling TV is to where you can watch live television.
I may need to get that.
Yeah, I paid for it. I didn't pay for it yet. I'm on a 7-day trial. You can actually do it by monthly. Yeah. So I might do it for a month to watch the NBA. I'm just like, man, $20 to watch that? Is that worth it? I'm like,
no, it's not, because it's just not. Because
you could get the NBA package
fixed anyway.
But that's $30 if you get it straight through NBA.
Right, but
then when I thought maybe I'll just get the NBA package, like X amount for a year, and just get it, like season tickets for the Pelicans. But they're not available because Tom Benson's a fucking senile, evil, whatever. Make up something else.
Yeah, I feel like he's on the way out.
He owns the team. He owns the station they broadcast on. It's like, man, I can't even watch it unless and then you can only watch it if you got whoever provides that. I don't know, Fox Sports or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, dumb. Let's get back to that. Bagnetto was incredible. It was fun to have him on. Check out Not Real Radio, the last one with Mark Bagnetto. I think it's 65, maybe.
I will say.
This week, no guest, so Who
right?
knows?
It seems like y'all are being a little pickier with the guests.
I don't know.
Is
I
that
don't think so.
by?
You think so?
Well, y'all are having less guests than you used to. You don't have a guest every week.
Yeah, no, we've been having more guests than not.
I thought y'all were
I
going no
feel
guest.
like that.
I thought y'all were going no guest.
It doesn't never seem to work out.
I know you want no guest. Who's pushing you to make sure you have guests?
No, I don't want guests, and I want to be able to fill content and airtime, without them. I think that's important. I think that having guests on is great. For one, it helps try to grow your audience. But the guests we have on, I mean, what were we talking? Maybe 20 people listen to the show because of that one guest.
I'll listen because back
At
then it
most.
was on.
I just watch our numbers and know, I mean, there's some guests that you can go look at our SoundCloud, Not Real Radio, and see our numbers and our YouTube page. I don't hide them. I think they should be out there. Lets people know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I agree.
And so anyway, you can watch the numbers. They're all relatively the same. So I think we have our listening audience, and then they have the people that the guests bring. Most of the time they overlap because the guests are so intertwined in what we do that you're not really bringing in new people. You just might bring in somebody who hasn't listened to the show in a while. So the guests, I think it's important for us to carry a show without guests, though, because you want them to listen for you, because you're the thing that's staying constant. To me, when you do a show, you want to have a guest on, but you want people to listen for the guest, but continue to listen because of you, because you're what stays constant. And I think not having a guest once in a while really forces less myself and more of a Mayday and Allie to open up, and they get to be the guest. And both of them would be an incredible guest on any show. So when we don't have a guest, it leaves them more room. The guests have been leaving for the second hour, which I think is huge to help in that. Because a guest, I don't blame them, man. You do an hour, you get warmed up, you start having fun, and then you don't have to do anything like get content in and out so you can tag the shit and just even talk about things that you want to. And they want to stick around, and I think it's hard for them it's better when they leave, just because we get to do the couple of things we do that I think benefit the show.
Yeah, you made me leave. I wasn't too happy about that.
I didn't make you.
No, I just, y'all had a whole
It was the
thing.
way I worded it.
Y'all just had a whole thing cooked up where y'all didn't really want to talk when I was there, but that's okay. I feel like I'll get another chance.
I don't remember. I have to listen back.
Yeah,
I have to look that up.
You're not gonna.
I know.
So are we gonna leave all of this set up, so we don't have to go crazy next week, and we just come in and have a conversation?
That'd be kind of cool. But there's so many things that we're gonna want to fix after we watch this.
Yeah, like you. We're gonna want to fix you.
I'm fixed.
And you.
They got some cool orb thing happening up there in the top corner.
Really?
Yeah.
Well. All right. Well,
that'd be so cool if an apparition or something walked across this, or something neat. So this show was actually.
Right, or an asteroid destroyed our whole building,
and you got it on.
And we just pop, right? Dude, we'd be the hottest shit for 24 hours.
Definitely, you'd get your wish.
Yeah, right. All right, well, it's getting a little late.
Yep.
Not really, but
not really.
I feel like we're hitting a little bit of a flow here.
No, something's going on.
I feel like something's happening. I really feel like it's happening. So this has been Wine and Cheese. We'll be back next Wednesday again. Same great. The camera worked.
It didn't even turn off.
Right?
Boy,
well,
amazing.
It did once. No, it did once.
Yeah, because I didn't plug it in.
What the fuck? You see?
Yeah.
Once again, the sound, it all comes back to you.
Oh, right, yeah. I know if it was something that actually had to be done, it was going to come back on me. So
because you did everything.
Right.
But all right, this has been Wine and Cheese. This is Czar and Cheese, and we will see you next week. And we thank y'all for listening. Y'all have a good one. Yeah. You got